Hey, this should be a rest day. Scott's a silly boy. So. Welcome to a bonus video I wasn't expecting to make. Oh, just look at the legs. Can you see over there? I try and get this every morning before I start my ride. I'm so lucky I get to basically see the Lake District Fells from here, just on the road by my house. Anyway, yes. It's the Tuesday after the Fred. I basically had a rest day the day after, on the Monday. I had a very, very gentle climbing and bouldering session. But I got a message in the afternoon saying, do you fancy coming out for a ride on Tuesday? Can you do that? So, well, dropped any other plans, put the day off, and heading out for a gentle, I specify gentle, 100-ish K route with Ollie. I'm going to take him up into the Dales because it's bloody lovely. Why not? But first things first, got to ride out to the Giant shop in Kendal, which is where I've said to meet him, and yeah, get a move on. I have to be back by 4 o'clock. Fortunately it's morning, that's one of the reasons why it's 100k, as well as the other because I don't want to be riding any further. I've got an interview with the BBC Late Show tonight. I do not know when it goes out. If it's already gone out, I'll put a link to the description on here, and well, as soon as I find out, I will put a link in. It's awesome. Anyway, well, let's get to Kendal and get on with the bonus ride and see how my legs are doing. This is a circuitous route I've done. I'm hoping that we get a tailwind later, but I think the road up to Ingleton is going to be headwindy. If it's wrong, it's wrong. Doesn't matter, we've got a circuit to do. And a little, I think we're going up the Black Horse to finish today, but I don't care. I'm actually feeling a lot better than I thought I would. Which is great. Well, no, that's a lie. I'm feeling good, which is reassuring, considering what I've got coming up in 10 days. 11 days. And it's fair to say that this headwind wasn't planned. Not this hard. Find a bloody girl up here. Well, we timed that well. The last time I come along, I got a train as well. The train heads. In South Carolina. There you go. Awesome. Yeah, I've not been able to really record on here. Obviously, you guys will know Ollie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still up here from the Fred, aren't you, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't know, he finished 4th. It was in the form of his life. Was it PB by seconds?
I think it was, my other time was 58 minutes.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
56 minutes, so a couple of minutes.
Yeah. Basically, we're doing a bit of a ride out to Hawes at the moment into what can only be described as a really shit headwind. So, yeah, we've got a bit of that to go.
Oh, not cloud in the sky.
I know, it's gorgeous, isn't it? But I've never been up here, this bit, so thought I best add. Right, quick pit stop coming up at Hawes. Slice of cake, can of coke, little red ambulance, and then we've got a tailwind all the way home. Yes, a tailwind home. It's going to be epic. Can we see there? There we go. Can we see? Right, so you finished 4th on the Fred.
Yeah. 3rd last time, so actually I got worse.
One thing, and this isn't for me, it's about specific training for stuff like that. Say you've got a 6-month block. How do you approach that? Because me and you, we've done a very similar amount of miles this year. I just had a look. We've done, I think I've done 150 more Ks, something like that. Nothing in it.
Yeah.
So what sort of training do you do?
a lot of stuff that's not on Strava in the gym.
Yeah.
This year. I've done gym before, but I've done my biggest ever gym, and I found that's actually really helped, like with an event like the Fred, because to do well in the Fred, you basically have to be able to do repeated efforts.
Long efforts, like 20-minute efforts.
Well, you look,
15.
they're varying in length. You know, you're looking at 25, 30 minutes on Kirkstone. You're then looking at sort of 15 minutes Honister, 10 minutes Newlands, 15 minutes to 20 minutes Windlatter, and then 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 20 minutes on hard knot, that sort of thing. It's all, and then all the little accelerations in between. But what you need is that ability to be able to keep doing that time and time again and not get fatigued. And I feel the gym really helps with that muscular endurance, so that you don't get that muscular fatigue that then starts to slow you down.
So the more muscle mass you've got, the less
it's not necessarily muscle mass, it's just the fibers are trained and adapted to work. I mean, look at me, I'm not
so
you're not winning any bodybuilding competitions.
So you're not running a maximal effort, you're running a sub-maximal effort for all these, because you've trained in a way that you can go bigger, you can just hold it back a little bit and save some more for later.
So to put it into context, it's like my sort of peak 20-minute power right now. If I were to do a 20-minute FTP test, I'd be looking at about 340 watts for 20 minutes.
Okay.
And up Kirkstone Pass, which is like a 25-minute effort from Troutbeck at the start of the Fred, we average like 300 watts.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of people will hit that first climb and they will do their 20-minute power PB up there, you know what I mean? Whereas if you think about it, that as a proportion of what I can do for 20 minutes, that's actually way, way lower. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, absolutely.
So like that's doing 300, if I can do 340.
You're at 85%.
Yeah. So I'm comfortable, like I'm chatting going up there. So it's like, think of it in that way. Whatever that is for you, I would be aiming like that. I mean, if you go, it's what I've said before to you. It's like, if people, what you should be doing up Kirkstone is what you should be doing up Hard Knot at the end.
Yeah.
And how many people can answer the question, like say that they are genuinely are doing that?
Yeah, to be fair, I mean, personally, that's made me feel a lot better about FTP and stuff from last year. That's just me though, I'm not asking about it.
You'll gain more time on Hard Knot as well, because it's steeper.
Yeah.
So if you can do like more power on Hard Knot than you do on Kirkstone, you'll gain more time.
Well, looking back at my stats, I averaged 297 at Hard Knot, so I was very happy with that.
Pretty good.
But it's just, backed it off on the flat 8% bit.
Yeah.
Which is lovely, but that's just to get breath back to, you've got another, like a good 7 minute, or for me it was, just to get to the crest.
So I think like it depends on the person as well. So in terms of like going up, once you get to a certain level, if you're like, I've been doing Fred a long time now. Like I first did it in like 2012, I rode the course. Yeah. So I remember that time, the first time I rode up Hard Knot, I walked and I didn't get up it.
That's the first time I've got on without going off on the Fred. It's just about to
Is it?
So on a personal level, obviously I've done lots of Zone 2 training from a challenge this year. If I was to attack the Fred purely from the, let's take the gym away from that, because I'll take it as a given that I'll do it, would you do more specific high intensity training, so 1-2 hour efforts? Because all I've been doing is doing 5, 6, 7, 8 hour long blocks every weekend to get my heart rate into an endurance zone, much like a Latin and Morton sort of Beaumont, but not at their level.
The advantage you've got is you live here, right? So you've got the specificity of being able to actually ride the climbs.
That is very true. Yeah.
And that is the best training to prepare you for that kind of effort.
Okay.
100%. But also the roads, because you have to do those little accelerations, up little rises, so when you're riding, and the roads are always rolling, aren't they? Like past a day. And
yeah, you're never at a set wattage for more than 30 seconds, are you?
Yeah. So the turbo's like amazing, but I would still do some really good like solid Zone 2, but then also try and do some tempo training.
Yeah.
But another great thing just to help you flush lactate, because the little steep bits will accumulate lactate. it's training your body to flush that.
Yeah, so
typically,
giving a kick to recovery time.
Yeah, so the typical way that you do that is in common intervals that pro cyclists do, where you do a minute, say, for example, over, like accumulating a load of lactate in that minute. So that would be, pretty hard for a minute, and then you go into then a tempo that's above zone 2, below sort of sweet spot tempo pace.
Yeah.
Zone 3, low zone 4. And then flush the lactate in that zone, and then as that get more advanced, you then maybe do another burst at the end of that interval.
So it's a huge long block of like months worth of like incremental gains, doing it bit at a time.
Yeah. So you do like you might start out with 30 seconds, 5 minutes, and then you build that up to like a minute, and then 10 minutes, and then a minute, and then 15 minutes. And like that. I think the thing is pacing. That's the thing. The pacing is the big one.
You've got to remember you're out there for 7 hours.
Yeah.
Or 6 to 12 hours on the thread, aren't you? I suppose that's the same for anyone, regardless of the level, isn't it? You always do the same. You work out the same maths for your specific ability, don't you?
There's a lot of things that you could do to go under 7 hours. Physiologically, I think that you can do it. I just think there's quite a few things you can do that you get speed instantly. So, for example, I'd say remove the bandana. It's just a load of drag.
Yeah.
I'd change your
To
clothing.
be fair, I don't normally have it dragging while I'm going fast.
I'd change your clothing.
Get a skin suit on.
I'd wear a race suit with pockets. Don't worry about the bike. Bike's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'd probably things like go down to like a 28 or a 30 mil tyre. That'd get you a load. Shimano chain. I know it's using a KMC chain.
Yeah.
Shimano Jura Ace chain.
I only use that because it's orange and black.
I know.
It's all about the aesthetics for me.
Yeah.
But again, if it's for one big event and putting one big effort in, it's worth
Chain's
it.
a consumable part.
It is.
Jura Ace chains.
And I'm going through one every 2
chain.
months at the moment.
Yeah. So Jura Ace chain. It's worth doing.
Yeah, I can't save much more weight on my bike. Obviously, I've put a bit on with the paint.
The weight's not.
It's a system weight. I always tell this to people.
Yeah. The weight is not the issue.
Yeah, the bike is 8.5%, 9% of the total weight.
I've done the maths on Fred.
Yeah.
And even on Fred, people will be surprised by this, but for someone trying to go under 7 hours on the Fred, 5 watts is worth more than a kilo.
It's quite, and you use the same gearing as me as well. Last year on Saturday, didn't I? We got 52.36 and then 34.11. Do you keep the 34 on constantly, or did you change it just for the Fred?
I generally ride around with that set on all the time.
Well,
normally
in the area.
I have a 54-40 chain set on.
Right.
So I just change the chain set down.
Fair enough.
But I think the other big thing is the fueling.
Yeah, I know I need to do that better.
And
I'm going to be changing the diet.
Hydration and electrolyte. Getting your electrolyte in. So if you're a big sweater, get more electrolyte in.
I'm really fortunate with that. I'm not.
Yeah.
Generally,
you're probably like me then. I'm not.
Idiotic. Normally on a 100-mile ride, I'll use 2 bottles and I won't finish them.
Yeah.
I'm quite efficient, I think, as far as that's concerned. And then I started treating myself when I get home with nice food as opposed to really fatty foods now.
So as someone who's not a big sweater like me, you'd probably be able to get round the Fred on 4 bottles.
That's what I did on Sunday, yeah.
I
did cramp up.
It's not ideal. Well, there you go. You didn't take electrolyte.
No.
There you go. That's right.
Well, there was a bottle with electrolytes and energy in it, but it's probably not enough.
No.
Yeah.
I don't sweat much, and I had like 4 bottles of electrolyte.
Yeah. I need to.
And I also had a bottle of electrolyte for breakfast with my rice.
Yeah, I was cramming it in the night before as well. I got some body fuel, electrolyte, water.
And I think in terms of food as well, I did like about 100 grams of carbs an hour.
Yeah, this is what I struggle with. Because obviously I'm using the gels, and I use mint cake as well, sorry, I'm trying wrong with that. I use actual mint cake.
Yeah.
Because
it's very sweet.
Fortunate, for me, I'm quite happily have a cube of this. That's 83 grams of carbs.
Yeah.
And if you're buying that from a shop, it's £1.
But the thing is that people get
it's
wrong
different type of.
because they don't realise you need to get water.
Yes, you have to throw more water in to process it down.
And so people make the mistake. Like now, people think, "Oh, I'm going to high carb fuel," and I heard some people who are going for fast times doing this, and they're going, "Oh yeah, high carb fuel," and they fill their bottle full of like 80 grams of carbs, like both bottles. But it's like and it was a hot day the other day. You need the water, otherwise your body can't process it. I think the other thing you need to get aero socks.
I had some on the thread.
Did you?
Yeah, I did it to take the piss really, because I was taking it easy on the day. Yeah, it's just an awesome day, isn't it? Really, the thread. What plans have you got? What's in the pipeline for you? Have you got any events or anything coming or?
Yeah, a few bits and pieces. I'm going to try and do a PB on Alpduez, make a video about
the real one?
Yeah.
What is your current PB?
Well, this is the thing, right? So people measure it from different places. But
okay.
The kind of official way is the chrono course, but most people don't actually ride that. You can see on Strava, most people don't get to there.
Right.
They miss out the last bend.
That's past.
Most people ride, just to the start of the town, which is kind of what Alpe de Zwift is.
Yeah.
The sort of 12-kilometre bit, but yeah, I'll do both.
Yeah. How do your Zwift and real life times compare at the moment? Because I always think obviously Zwift is, it's you don't get the variance in the road and you don't get traffic.
No, I think traffic is not really a problem. I think you're about
elevation.
Probably like 1 to 2 minutes quicker on Zwift.
Oh, as little as that?
Yeah,
okay.
I find. But the big difference with the Zwift one is no altitude.
Yeah.
The altitude plays.
You've always got full oxygen in the garage, haven't you?
Yeah. So above 1,500 meters. So Alpe d'Huez is about 1,840, I think.
Yeah.
But above 1,500 meters, the average person will lose like 10% of their critical power.
Wow. How much is that?
Whereas if you're trained or Colombian born and lived at altitude, you can train it, or you can naturally have it lower through where you've lived.
Yeah.
To like sort of 4%, 5% drop off. So you can train it. That's what altitude training will give you.
What's your current PB?
I can't remember. 40 something, I think.
So not on Zwift. So.
I think in real life, I think it's like 46 minutes, maybe something like that.
Yeah, because I'd love to match. Yeah, I'd love to match what I do, but realistically, I know I'd not even get close because I've not done big long hills outdoors. Really, the only ones I've done on the Dragon Ride last year. But to be fair, I loved, but it's all 5 to 8%. It's not 10.
Yeah,
and it's a different animal, isn't it? Really, so 5 to 8, you can choose a speed. You get slightly above that, you get into a bit more of the hurt locker a bit quicker, don't you?
I think the other thing as well is that is a big thing on say Zwift. Depends on how you are as a climber, but it doesn't really matter aerodynamically if you're in or out the saddle.
Yeah.
Whereas like on a climb like Alpe d'Huez, if you're going for a quick time, or Sacalobra, it's worth like a minute.
Really?
Like if you're trying to do like 30 minutes on Sacalobra in Mallorca, out the saddle, in the saddle, it's like a minute.
Wow.
Whereas 5 watts is like 20 seconds.
See, and I love to stand to climb.
Yeah.
It's just how I'm made up. I mean, I've just old legs, I've no torso. It's just I enjoy standing up to climb.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a failing. It is when you get cramped, I know, because I had to sit down up Rhino for some split down, which is horrible. But that's fascinating. That.
Yeah. Well, on the Fred climbs, I'm out the saddle on most of those.
You kind of have to be, really.
But they're steep and you're going slow, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Well, it does actually still have an effect. If you could be in a time trial position, you'd probably go faster. We would go faster. But
it's quite funny because, obviously I'm nowhere near your standard or, any of lots of stats that I've seen, they say you're at 46. It said my Alpe de Zwift is 46 record. I'm sure it was a bit of a fluke because of my turbo can't have been calibrated. But then what was the first stage of the Giro? Showed Wout van Aert's peak power. I was only like 50 behind.
Really?
For 10-second power.
Nice.
I'm like, yeah, but that's after a half an hour ride or an hour's ride.
Yeah.
Not 150 k's at 45 k's an hour.
Yeah.
That's the difference, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like it could be the headliner. I've got the same 10-second power output as Wout van Aert. Realistically.
Yeah.
You're only ever supposed to compare yourself with yourself, aren't you, at the end of the day?
Definitely.
I think we best get a move on there.
Oh, yeah.
20 past 1.
Out, yeah.
It's absolutely roasting. It's warmer than the Fred today. We're going to have an absolute hot. It's been slow work getting here today.
Yeah, but for this tailwind.
It's been a naughty headwind all the way here, so yeah. Don't spot a par, eh? Love that view. Of course, the only way back to Kendal from Sedbergh is up the Black Horse. So let's just get that done and out of the way. Time crunch is becoming more prevalent right now. For Ollie's legs, he's absolutely still done in from the thread. He put in an absolutely enormous effort on the thread, so he's taking it easy. I cannot blame him at all. Those views, they never get tired, them views, do they? The Howgills. Bikes are filthy. Get a state of that. I'm going to give you directions home now, because you're going to go that way and I'm going to go this way.
Okay.
Yeah. Awesome to see you, mate.
Yeah, you too, pal.
Thank you very much for the invite again.
Yeah,
So anytime you're up
well.
here, give us a shout. Yeah. So that's that. I'm going home now, officially. All that. I have to actually taper now. Because it's 10 days away, I'm shooting myself.
You're going really well, mate. You'll smash it.
Yep. There's a man in a time crunch. If he's eating a protein bar on the go, he's smoking a pack of mini eggs. So Alex, you've got a pack of mini eggs. Yeah, what awesome dude. So I'm gonna let him go. I'll get myself home. And I've got an interview in an hour. There he goes. You know when someone's knackered, it reminds me to last year when I was filming, and I pulled in front of somebody in the car to just give him a draft back to under Loughrig. Yeah, poor bug. I mean, let's be honest, he's a much better cyclist than I am by many levels. But it's been an awesome day out. Awesome day out. Lovely to be able to have the opportunity and ask a few questions of someone who's so good. So anyway, I'm going to hot tail it home, and I'll see you. Hell, what's next? I've no idea. It's the build up to the challenge. Uh-oh.